Welcome to Know, I'm John.
I'm Gus.
Will Middle-earth Shadow of War require you to have an internet connection to play? That's been the big question recently, as some gamers feel like they're getting mixed messages about the game's connectivity requirements.
Shadow of War won't be released until October 10th for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, but a recent announcement from developer Monolith Productions that the game will have loot boxes has irked some fans who think that the game is demanding too much extra money, not to mention internet connectivity, for a game that's basically single player.
Okay, so let's give you the background first. A few days ago, Monolith unveiled its market systems for microtransactions in the game. The market is a way for players to buy loot boxes, experience boosts, and other goodies through the in-game currency called gold. And gold can be either be earned in-game or bought with real-life cash.
Cash. I'm gonna say it like that. Cash.
Cash.
Gold. As community manager, Monolith Jared explained, the market will let some players spend real money to speed up their army building process through loot boxes and currency. He said, we don't want to restrict any players from playing our game, so we have the option for those that want a speedy option, and for those that choose to avoid it, can do so without any negative impact on their game.
Yes, you gotta love those microtransactions and pay-to-win features. Makes everyone happy no matter what.
Yeah.
Needless to say, some players, they were turned off by the news. In a recent Reddit thread, poster Anime Gaming Nerd said the microtransaction news made this go from day one to a wait and see, and now this news just made sure I will pass on it entirely.
But Monolith Jared insisted that you can play Shadow of War without using the market. He said you can build up your army as well as get legendary orcs and rare weapons without paying for it. In short, Monolith said that all of the content in Shadow of War can be acquired through normal gameplay.
Well, yeah, you just gotta do it a lot longer than everybody else does, though.
Yeah, it's the grind.
We all know it's there, it's just like, don't want to. Okay, so it appears the developer is going by the formula of, it's not pay to win, but it's definitely pay to get good gear a lot quicker than normal. Yeah, so that always works out. And as part of the market, the developer said that the players will need an internet connection to use it. That requirement wasn't very popular with fans who typically balk at any required internet connections for single-player games. As WCCF Tech put it, considering that the game doesn't feature any true multiplayer features per se, this was likely done to prevent hackers from boosting their own premium currency in the game without actually paying anything.
Ah, that makes sense. I see. But does this mean that the game will always need to be online? No, at least according to Monolith Jared. He said on the game's Discord channel that an internet connection is required only to access the market. In response to a question, Monolith Jared said, at the moment, you can play offline.
He had to just throw in at the moment,
At the
didn't
moment,
he?
God damn
you
it.
just could have had like a finite statement, but you're like, at the moment, let's see what happens. Yeah, why did he have to qualify the statement? Hopefully Monolith will stop playing with us soon.
So yeah, players weren't happy about the always online feature, even if it only applies to the market function, and some limited multiplayer gameplay. Like Shadow Mordor, the game is bringing back the Vendetta missions where you try and avenge your buddy's deaths. There's also a social conquest mode where you can use your orc army to maintain an online fortress and defend it against other players.
And while tons of gamers like playing online with friends, just look at, PUBG, they historically have not liked it when any game or console has an always online requirement. Maybe the most famous example of this was the backlash to the Xbox One a few years back when Microsoft said it would need to be always online to work the entire console. Microsoft backed down after intense backlash, and Microsoft's director of product planning, Albert Pinello, has said he would have handled things much differently.
As for Shadow of War, we'll have to wait and see if we get further clarification on the always online situation, but for now it looks like it will be playable offline, unless you want to go to the market and pay to win.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the controversy over Shadow of War? Is it fair for any single-player game to require an internet connection? Let us know in the comments.
And for all your gaming news, including which ones require internet and which ones don't, be sure to like this video, and if you're new around here, subscribe to The Know. I still haven't forgiven For Honor for requiring internet for single player.
Oh, is that why it just died? Like that game just...
Which one was that?
For Honor.
Well, they had server prompts too for the mobile.
What do you guys think about the controversy over Shadow of War? Is it fair for any single player to require an internet connection?
Single player game.
Oh, single player game.